All right, welcome everyone to LRC's The League. We're in Season 4, Round 5 here at the Nurburgring GP circuit. We've got a lot of storylines here for Division 2, most notably being the teams Bahamut Venom versus Team.com. So, Az and Bishop will be battling it out against Cecil and Kip for the overall, not the overall, but the Division 2 team championship. But let's get into the substitutes that we have for today. So Arya will be filling in for Trackhead at Massive Impact Racing. And then we got Soulshock VR substituting for Bishop over at Bahamut Venom. Let's take a quick look at the current championship standings. Let's see where all of our drivers stand and the team stand for Division 2. So Bahamut Venom leads the D2 Teams Championship with 119 points. Team.com follows fairly closely behind with 96, but Bahamut Venom has quite the lead there. It's, I think, 23 points. So Team.com will have to make up a lot of ground today to take the lead in that championship. Then we got Jolly Green Giants sitting in third place with 86 points. Penalty Hunters Oracle Racing with 78. Very close to Massive Impact Racing with 76. We got Rexy Racing with 72. So very, very tight midfield pack. And then we got Maelstrom Motorsports sitting at 46 points. Quite a ways behind. In the Division 2 Drivers' Championship, we have Ads leading the championship for Bahamut Venom with 69 points. Our Nixon from Jolly Green Giants with 62 points. Cecil Turtle with 55. Trackhead in 4th place with 51. Bishop in 5th. Dinosaur in 6th place. KG in 7th. We have Kip Dunkel from Team.com in 8th place with 41 points. For Gold in 9th, Mosky 10th, Soulshock in 11th, Racer X, Lamb King, Stenzel, and Arwick rounding out the top 15. Then we got Rogue, Nipra, People, and Smokey for our regular league racers. I just got the 2-minute warning from Dinosaur, so we'll get started with our 10-minute qualifying session for today to determine our grid start. So things to watch out for in this race. Ads leads with 69 points, but Nixon is only 7 points behind with 62. And so the Drivers' Championship is very close, and Nurburgring will be our penultimate round of the season. So we'll have one more round, round 6 at Road Atlanta, to close out the championship and the season for 2024. We got Cecil Turtle, Trackhead, and Bishop all fighting for 3rd place. Unfortunately, Bishop will be out today, so that will drop his chances. But I guess the saving grace is that Trackhead will also be out. So this is really good news for Cecil Turtle. We could potentially solidify his 3rd place position in this penultimate round. But there's so many huge swings in points that it's hardly guaranteed. So our race for our D2 will last 27 laps around the GP circuit at Nurburgring. We'll see probably a variety of tire strategies. So the hards can last anywhere from 12 to 16 laps. 16 is when you're really, really conserving and managing those tires. The mediums, anywhere between 7 to 11 to 12 laps. And then the softs, anywhere around 6 laps. So we won't see much of the soft tires today. At least not for the race. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe someone will run a soft tire compound towards the end of this race, depending on the strategies. So Dinosaur has started our qualifying session. We'll get started in in a little bit. And then we'll figure out and we'll find out who will take pole position to lead us into our round 5 feature race for Division 2. It's nice to see KG back on track after I think a few weeks of an absence. He'll be coming back this week to score some valuable points for Penalty Hunters Oracle Racing. KG ended up missing out on round 3 and round 4, but had some solid results in round 2 and round 1. So KG finished in 2nd place for the round 1 feature race. Ended up winning the round 2 sprint feature race. And then ended up in 3rd place for the round 2 feature race. So KG with solid results, unfortunately was absent in round 3 and 4. And so hopefully he'll be able to score today, and Penalty Hunters Oracle Racing can rely on KG to help boost their team rankings up for the rest of the season. Dinosaur had some solid results in our last race at, I believe it was at, drawing a blank here, wasn't it Fuji? Fuji was round 3. Let's see here. Willow Springs, yeah, Willow Springs. Boy, I guess I blocked that out of my mind because there's so many incidents in Willow Springs. I just kind of forgot that the last round happened at Willow Springs. But Dinosaur had a solid result. Solid results for the Willow Springs feature race, finishing on the podium at 3rd place, and then also ended up finishing on the podium in 3rd place for Fuji as well. So Dinosaur with the momentum this season. Let's see if he'll be able to put his Rexy racing car on the podium today. Kip Dunkel racing for Team.com, currently fighting for the team championship in D2 behind Bahamut Venom. They'll be looking to score some massive points to hopefully catch up against the team that's leading the championship so far. And Team.com is leading the team overall championship across both divisions. So their championship fight there is also crucially important. It makes its way around turn 7 up into the Michael Schumacher S's. Oh, we got someone off the track there. It might be Dinosaur. Maybe Dinosaur lost his back end. Coming out of turn 7. A slightly banked hairpin at the end of the GP track. Looks like Kip Dunkel here is putting the pressure on that Bahamut Venom car of, I believe that's Ads. Yep. Ads, who is currently leading the championship. A lot of pressure on Ads this season to deliver for Bahamut Venom. Both against the driver championship title against Nixon, but also against that car behind him just now, Team.com. Ads has had some very, very consistent results the past couple of rounds. He ended up winning the feature race at Willow Springs just last week. finished 6th in the sprint result, had a 7th place finish at Fuji, but then had a podium 2nd place finish at round 2 at Mount Panorama. And also had a podium finish for round 1 at Laguna Seca. So Smokey sitting currently in 2nd place at the moment, behind KG, about 0.3 seconds off from the provisional pole position time. Smokey racing for Maelstrom Motorsports. They're struggling quite a lot this season. Maelstrom Motorsports being a longtime veteran team of LRC League championships. They haven't quite had their breakthrough year yet. I think they're still waiting on that. Still finding their groove. I believe Ryder, the team captain this year, has recently transitioned to a wheel from controllers, so that adjustment has been taking their toll on the team for a little bit. But I'm sure in the next season, Maelstrom Motorsports will come back stronger than ever. We got our 2 Massive Impact racing cars coming in. Aria substituting for Trackhead. Lamb King just ahead in the chrome liveried Massive Impact racing car. Very cool. Thank you for following Online KDOT. If you're interested in joining us, or if you're just joining us in terms of watching the stream, where LRC stands for Learners Racing Collective, we're primarily a GT7 Discord server. We run all sorts of racing events, some of them a couple of weeks in terms of commitment, some of them with no commitment at all. This is the league, which is our biggest one of them all. The league runs about 8 weeks. We do it about 3 times a year, and it's 28 drivers across 2 divisions and 7 teams. So each division has 14 drivers. All teams have 4 drivers for, there's 4 drivers for each team. And so it's a really cool format that I really enjoy. Dinosaur came up with it and did a really good job with it. And it's really incentivized for teams to work together. So even if you're scoring points in 14th and 13th position in Division 2, those are still points that matter and count towards the overall team championship that spans across both divisions. And so what happens is we do like a qualifying event at the beginning of the season, and we pair up drivers based on time and equalize the field and the teams as much as possible. And so the faster drivers get paired with the ones that need a little bit more development, and then our faster drivers, or the team captains of each team, will help each driver develop their skills, their pit strategies, their ability to conserve their tires, conserve their fuel, all things inclusive in terms of racing. So if you're interested in potentially joining our league format, definitely hit us up, hit that Discord link that I pinned in chat. We also have one-off events. We have like a monthly endurance race event that's multi-class called FTGP. It stands for First Tuesday Grand Prix. It'll be anywhere from like, a certain, and it'll be just based off of some type of theme. We'll typically do like we'll mimic like real life endurance race events and cars as much as possible. And we'll just generally have fun with it. We also have just normal weekly events. I do a weekly academy practice. It's to mimic a kind of real life racing school. We'll just work on our racecraft and racing wheel to wheel in a variety of cars. We have Formula Friday. On the off season, we'll typically have Monday night racing. And we'll also do a couple of ACC events as well. So definitely check us out if you're interested, if you're new and you want to race more and you want to get faster. So definitely join LRC. Now with the whole spiel, let's get back into the results so far. So good to see Rogue join us back with Maelstrom Motorsports. He missed out last week. And I'm actually kind of missing it. So this is the final qualifying lap. We're seeing as the cars are passing the start-finish line. We have already crossed the 10-minute mark. KG there having a little bit of trouble going through the chicane. Picks up a 1.5 second penalty. Will not improve. Oh, he improves his time, but it doesn't count, I don't think. That was really strange. Saw the purple indicator light up, but we didn't see the fastest time change on our UI. Arya there going through the NGK chicane around turn 15. The long right-hander at the end of the track. Picks up second place and pushes Smokey down into third, who's in the pits and will not have a chance to respond. So Arya takes that second place start position, and it seems like no one else is improving. Let's see here. Let's cycle through the cars. Racer X getting squirrely on the exit of turn 15. Crosses the line, is not able to improve on his time, and will remain in 12th place. All right, taking a look at the qualifying results. KG starts on pole position with Arya alongside him. Smokey will start in third place for Maelstrom Motorsports. A mega result for Maelstrom Motorsports. I think that's their highest starting position this year so far. Or sorry, this season so far. Nixon in fourth place. Crucially ahead of his rival, 8 ads in seventh place for the championship. Kip Dunkel in fifth, Cecil Turtle in sixth, ads in seventh. We'll have quite a little bit of work to do to make sure that Nixon does not overtake him in the Drivers' Championship standings. Dinosaur starts in eighth for Rexy Racing, Lamb King in ninth. The other car with teeth on the front of the car. That's not to be confused with Rexy Racing. It's Massive Impact Racing. Motsky in the other Rexy Racing car starts in 10th place. Solshock VR in 11th. Substituting for Bishop for Bahamut Racing. Racer X in 12th place. Rogue Nipra in 13th. And then we got C. Orwick in 14th. Yeah, it seems like I'm having trouble with this mic. I don't know what's going on. I think it's my interface or something. But as I was saying earlier, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll get started with our Division 2 feature race. It'll be 27 laps around the Nurburgring GP circuit. We'll take a small break between our Division 2 race and our Division 1 races. And then we'll get into the sprint race for Division 1, which is 6 laps around the Nurburgring GP circuit. And then we'll get into the feature race that's 34 laps around the GP circuit. So quite a lot of racing today. We're going to be strapped in for some intense action. Hopefully, we'll have a little bit more clean racing relative to what happened at Big Willow. Big Willow was quite a difficult and challenging track for a lot of people. It's definitely relentless and leaves no room for error. I think the Nürburgring GP circuit is a little bit more forgiving. If you're in chat and you're supporting the team, definitely let us know. Let your team know. I'm liking all the alternate liveries we got going on here. So Cecil Turtle running for team.com. They typically run that Ferrari red color that Kip Dunkel has on his car, but Cecil's running the yellow, like almost the neon yellow color. We got Dinosaur for Rexy Racing representing the green Rexy car, and we got Motsky in the blue, currently starting at 10th place. Lamb King with the chrome Massive Impact Racing car. Soul Shock with the Bahamut Racing pink livery car. Super cool. I think part of what makes the league so fun and having these teams of 4 is just simply the creativity that we can have with all the different team liveries and drivers. I think a lot of people in the league have a lot of fun with that. It's nice to see that creativity shine in the league and take the form of really awesome liveries. We got the 30-second warning for from Dinosaur. We're going to get started in just a bit, so going to take a drink of water and we'll get started right away. All right, we got our 5 lights. KG on the front row with Arya starting on the inside. KG gets a pretty good start, and Arya gets also a pretty good start as well. No issues for either of them. Looks like Smokey is going to be alongside the Massive Impact Racing car of Arya into turn 1. Arya maintains 2nd place, Smokey in 3rd, Kip Dunkel in 4th place. So not too bad. They maintain the same positions. Oh, it looks like Cecil Turtle gets on the inside of Nixon, makes the pass coming out of the Mercedes arena. we got Smokey there. We got Kip Dunkel actually taking advantage of the outside going into turn 5, making the pass on Smokey. Smokey drops down into 4th place. And then the rest of the mid-pack there getting off fairly clean. No incidents coming out of the sector, the first sector of the track. And look at that, KG has already pulled out a 1.8 second lead ahead of Arya, who's in 2nd place. Although KG is currently running the racing medium compound tire, and then Arya is running the hards. And having to defend against Kip Dunkel going into the turn 10 and to the Warsteiner curve. Loses out, or doesn't lose out on the position, defends it quite well, but will have to defend going into the Advent Bogan corner. Takes the inside up to the NGK chicane. Arya defends once again. Oh no, and it looks like Smokey there gets into Kip Dunkel. Oh no, and that's an incident for sure. I don't know if, so Kip Dunkel picks up damage on that back left, and it seems like we'll probably get a safety car. We'll see. Yep, we get 2 GGs confirmed. So KG will slow it down to 60 miles an hour. It just looked like Smokey there got, broke late and then just ran into Arya, it looked like. Oh no, excuse me, it wasn't Arya. It was the Team.com car of Kip Dunkel. So Kip Dunkel picked up some damage. Cecil Turtle currently sitting in 12th place. And Kip is able to come into the pits to repair the damage. But that's going to be a pretty significant penalty for Smokey. Cecil Turtle also has damage on that front wing. So not a great race for Team.com at the moment. They need a solid result to overtake Bahamut Venom in the D2 Team Championship standings. And this will also hurt their lead for the overall team championships as well, since Bahamut Venom is their rival in the overall team championship standings, currently sitting in 2nd place. So Ads and Soulshock VR will need to capitalize on this situation. This is a great opportunity for Team Bahamut to score maximum points against their overall team championship rival and their D2 championship rival. And Arya in 2nd for Massive Impact Racing could have some significant changes in results as well. So Massive Impact Racing currently sitting in 5th place at the moment, only 2 points behind Penalty Hunters Oracle Racing. They're going to have to score as much as points possible, especially against Penalty Hunters. So hopefully Arya will be able to take the battle against KG. So from what it looks like, I think we are geared towards to getting set up to restart. I know, looks like we'll go around one more time. So Dinosaur jumps into the pits with front wing damage. And then let's see who else, if there's anyone else who dives in as well. Cecil Turtle as well. So Cecil Turtle picking up damage from that first lap that we saw earlier, decides to jump in the pits. So no tires, no fuel, nothing, just straight up repair damage and right back out onto the track. So for our viewers, KG actually uses the D-pad to steer the car, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life of GT7 history. KG extremely quick for using the D-pad, but you can see his inputs there, like the jerkiness of using the D-pad and his inputs, but still able to make it work really well. And again, he's in the lead. So it's certainly not hindering his performance at all for this race, but just a really funny little tidbit of trivia for our viewers. Still blows my mind every time I see it. So we'll line up in a double file restart procedure. KG will take the inside, Arya will take the outside. Staggered formation. No, he is all D-pad. So we're green, 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 we're all set to go. KG gets a good start, and Smokey gets a really, really good start, gets the jump on Arya and takes that second place back. Motsky and Nixon fighting. Nixon picking up 2 positions from 6th place. Now you can see the difference between lag and what KG does. So like right here, we're watching Motsky, his car is like shifting laterally. But when you watch KG, it's like his steering is very, very jerky, not the car itself. But I guess they can be very, very similar in appearance. All right, so Nixon's got a run on Arya down into the hairpin. Takes the inside. Arya doesn't do much to defend. Nixon goes deep and makes the pass stick. And Smokey picks up a 2.5 second penalty as they make their way through the Michael Schumacher S's. Further down, we got Ads trying to make his way around Lamb King, taking a peek on the inside, going into turn 10 and 11, but doesn't make anything of it. He's got the run on Lamb King again. We'll see if he takes the inside. He does take the inside, but he doesn't have quite the overlap. Smokey gets a little bit off the track there and then gets passed by both Lamb King and Ads. Lamb King breaking deep into the chicane. And it looks like Ads is on some hardcore tire conservation strategy right now. taking it very easy through all of the turns. So Smokey drops even further back after taking that second place from Arya. Soulshock VR has a run on Racer X as they make their way down the front straight into the Yokohama S. You got some hard braking into turn 1, extremely tight turn there. Racer X looking for that over-under, but Soulshock able to keep it in front. Just up ahead, Smokey and Ads are battling it out. Ads makes a little bit of a mistake and goes wide into the turn 3 and 4 complex, and Lamb King spins out. I think that must have been, I think that was his own doing. I don't think that was a collision of any sort. We'll see. We'll take a look. So KG continues to pull out in front. Looks like Nixon actually made his way around Arya. Arya looking to take that position back. I think we missed the overtake that Nixon had on Arya earlier. Arya's not giving up this second place position quite easily. He's going to make Nixon work for it. Takes a quick peek to look in the inside of Nixon, but is no serious threat. Nixon keeping his head cool. Thank you for following PK. So Ads and Soulshock VR, the Bahamut Venom Racing team, currently sitting in 5th and 6th at the moment, looking solid for their results today. They can keep this consistency up and not have any unforced errors. They'll be able to extend their lead, their championship standings lead, over Team.com and potentially fight for that overall team championship across both divisions as well. So this will be huge for Team Bahamut if they can deliver. Oh, and just ahead, we got Arya coming down the inside of Nixon into turn 5. Oh, and Arya makes it stick. So Arya takes back second position from Nixon as they continue to fight down towards the turn 7, the hairpin at the end of the track. That was a brilliant pass by Arya down into the inside of turn 5. But Nixon is not giving up. Nixon has actually got the run. Arya coming up behind into turns 10 and 11. Looks to the inside, but this is a tough track to make that happen. Arya goes a little bit deep into turn 10. Nixon trying to put the pressure on as much as possible. Trying to make Arya trying to force Arya into a mistake. Arya defends into turn 15. Nixon goes a little bit deep though, trying to get that late apex, but goes too deep and isn't able to make that late apex work. And Ads ended up getting around Motsky, so I wonder if I can catch that on. No, he made the pass earlier in the track, so we missed out on that pass. But Ads has jumped into 5th place. Motsky is currently sitting in 5th place, and now Soulshock VR would be looking to take that 5th position away from Motsky. So again, the Bahamut Venom team continuing to improve their results with their consistency. and their steady pace. Dinosaur now up into 7th place after having that damage from lap 1, I think, or maybe lap 2. Had to make the pit stop to fix the damage and is already up to 7th place. Racer X slapped with a 1-second penalty, is having trouble defending against Kip Dunkel and Cecil Turtle. Cecil Turtle almost fighting with his teammate for that 9th position. Kip Dunkel trying to find his way around Racer X, making it difficult for Kip Dunkel, making the Team.com boys' lives extremely difficult at the moment. So they go side by side down into turn 7, the hairpin, and Cecil Turtle makes the pass on Kip Dunkel, but picks up a half a second penalty in the process. So Kip Dunkel, all he has to do is just be a little bit patient, wait till these cars get to the penalty line so he can overtake both of them. So there we go. Racer X and Cecil Turtle slow down, and then we got C. Orwick there coming in through, forcing his way by. Made a little bit of contact with Cecil Turtle. Nothing too egregious though. Cecil Turtle defending against Racer X going into the chicane, but gets a poor exit. Racer X able to get on the inside into turn 15. Will he be able to keep it? Will he be able to make it stick? Cecil Turtle gets into the marbles on the outside, loses a ton of grip, but they come out turn 15 side by side. Oh, look at that. And Cecil Turtle gets the upper hand by having a little bit of a lead, but Racer X on the inside looking to potentially park it on the apex, but Cecil Turtle able to make the pass on the outside, has a lot of room and has no trouble getting ahead. So KG continues to lead. We're currently on lap 8. KG's tires are wearing out quite quickly with the mediums. The unfortunate reality of racing on D-pad means that his tires will be scrubbed quite a lot due to the aggressive turning angles, steering angles of the front tires. So unfortunately KG has a tire conservation issue with a lot of his strategies, but once again he makes it work somehow. He's had consistent results in the races he's raced in the league so far, so certainly not a huge problem for him. Racing mediums will last anywhere between 7 to 11 laps, excuse me. He's probably got another lap or so in it, and he'll have to maybe pit at end of lap 9. I don't think he'll be able to make these last another lap after that. Soulshock makes his way around Motsky, picks up that 5th position. So Bahamut Venom continuing to increase and improve their results. And now Dinosaur is making ground on his teammate as well. So Kip Dunkel has made his way up to 8th place already after that initial collision with Smokey. That unfortunate and unlucky collision there. He'll have to work his way back up into the podium fighting positions. He was at the time fighting with Smokey and Arya for that 2nd place position. So Arya and Nixon have a very similar strategy. They're using the same amount of fuel, and their tire wear looks virtually identical. So these two will probably be racing alongside each other all race long, unless if their strategy deviates. But look at this, it's getting dark outside. It's definitely getting darker. So there's a chance that we might see rain today. You can see those rain clouds out in the distance over the horizon. If it keeps getting darker, we might have a situation here where our drivers will have to adapt to the ever-changing conditions. This season so far has not had any rain in any of the races so far. So we hope that changes. Oh no, and Motsky goes wide out of turn. I think that was out of the chicane, the NGK chicane, and loses out to Dinosaur and Kip Dunkel. Motsky so far not having the greatest race, making a few mistakes and losing positions from the starting position that he had. Still struggling to find his groove, it seems. So KG jumps into the pits. Arya now is our race leader. Let's see here where KG jumps out. So KG comes back out in 4th place with another set of medium tires. So it's likely that KG will do a medium, hard compound stint, or maybe a medium, and soft. We'll see how that goes for him. The pit delta not being insanely long here compared to our other tracks, so maybe KG will do a 3-stopper. We'll see. So Arya looking good here with now a 2.6 lead over Nixon. Tire, that front left tire being worn down a little bit more than Nixon's, but not by much. And then also Ads has virtually the same tire strategy and fuel strategy as Nixon and Arya, so he'll be looking to potentially pit around the same time as those three do. Ads has been a solid contender for the podium all season long, but now has KG hot on his tail. KG with a fresh set of mediums, and Soulshock VR too with a solid performance so far in the top 5 here, substituting for B-Ship on the racing mediums. We'll likely have to make a pit next lap, or maybe even the lap afterwards. They're doing a great job conserving their tires and their fuel all race long. But Soulshock is currently finding himself under attack by Ads. Sorry, not Ads, Dinosaur. And look at that, it's definitely getting darker out. You see those heavy clouds in the sky. Nurburgring GP is a track that we can get rain on. I wonder if any of the cars have their radar up that we can see. Sometimes GT7 will do this thing where like some cars have like a different MFD panel on. Oh, and Motsky goes wide and allows Cecil Turtle to come in and attack. Oh no, and Cecil. Oh my God, Motsky gets into an incident with Cecil Turtle. Oh, this is unfortunate. And doesn't even pick up damage either, so he can't call it a VSC there. Oh, that's unfortunate. But Motsky waits up for him. So great sportsmanship by Motsky. Clearly shows that was not an intentional move or position. Finds himself next to Racer X. Here comes KG down, looking to break late in the inside of Ads, down into turn 1. Ads leaves some room, not looking to make much of a fuss. Ads is on his own strategy, doesn't want to fight too much with KG and waste his tires in doing so. Kip Dunkel coming up on Dinosaur. So I think we lost Soul Shock. No, we didn't lose Soul Shock VR. Soul Shock VR has pitted. Oh yeah, it's getting darker. It's definitely getting darker. Now KG's looking to attack Nixon, going through the Schumacher S. Nixon stays in the middle of the track to defend, going into turn 10. And KG makes it stick on the outside, making a brilliant pass out of turn 10. But Nixon's not giving up. Nixon is taking the fight to KG. KG has to defend going into the chicane. Oh, and he jumps the chicane corner on the exit, and maybe he might have a penalty. Yep, and he picks up a 1.5 second penalty. So Nixon putting the pressure on KG, forcing KG to make that mistake, and will likely have to give the position back. So quite the battle shaping up here between these two. We got Dinosaur and Kip. So Kip actually jumps into the pits and avoids having to battle with Dinosaur. Cecil Turtle will likely pit too. The Team.com drivers will be on the same strategy. Luckily, the pit crew can handle 2 cars at once. It's not a double stack situation like it is in Formula 1. Pretty dark, but I don't know if we're gonna see any rain. Racer X there parking the car in the apex, not allowing Kip Dunkel to do an over-under. Racer X defending really well. Oh, look at that. Kip Dunkel, though, takes the inside going into turn 10. Has a look, but isn't able to keep it there. Racer X defending for his life right now. Kip Dunkel trying to get the better exit out of Warsteiner curve. It did look like it was clearing up, but now it looks like it's getting worse again, so it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, and Racer X makes a mistake, breaks late into the chicane, and allows not only Kip Dunkel to come through, but also Smokey, and then now has Ads up behind, who is already made his pit stop. And will likely make the jump on Racer X going down in turn 1 with fresher tires. We'll see if Racer X puts up a fight. Ads does a good job keeping it clean on the inside, making that overtake look real easy. So KG picked up a penalty earlier. Looks like he served it, but then now Nixon has picked up a penalty and has, I don't know if they overlapped on KG's penalty or not. I would think we missed that in the last lap. But since then, Nixon has dropped back to 3rd place and picked up that half-second penalty. We'll have to slow down on the straight. Dinosaur is kind of the no man's land. 17 seconds behind Nixon in 3rd place, but also 18 seconds ahead of Orwick, but makes a huge mistake coming out of turn 10. Luckily, that doesn't impact his race too much. It's quite a big time loss, though. It is commentator's curve. I definitely just cursed him on that one. So Arya now struggling with those racing hard tires. Almost made them last 16 laps. I think Arya will make the pit stop at the end of lap 15. We'll see how KG's strategy plays out in relation to everyone else's. So Arya right now in the net lead, it looks like, without considering KG's current position compared to all the other cars that are using the racing hard tires at the moment and are on the same strategy. Arya will be ahead of all of them. So Arya doesn't feel like they have the need to defend into turn 10. KG looking to make the overtake, potentially down to the chicane, the better exit here coming out of Vorsteiner curve. He has the speed, so we'll see if Arya defends going into the chicane. KG takes the inside. Oh man, and it's getting dark out there. I think like I kind of want to see rain. Oh, and KG brakes too late. We'll see if he gives the position back. Arya, it doesn't matter anymore. Arya is jumping into the pits. Oh, and oh my God, they almost hit the barrier there. Understeer into the barrier because that front tire is so worn out. Hey Dutra, how's it going, man? Yeah, Nixon decides to stay out. We'll see if that plays out in his favor. I think staying out on extremely worn hard tires is a tough strategy to make work. Difficult to do an overcut in this game. So it looks like Nixon and Racer X are on the same strategy. Racer X also stays out on those very worn out hard tires. So it definitely won't be possible to do a one stopper. I know that for sure, or maybe not. Maybe they might be going for a one stopper. So if they come in at the end of lap 16, they're going to have to make their racing mediums last for 11 laps, which certainly seems possible. So maybe despite the slow lap they're having here on this extremely worn out tire, they're going to try to make a one stopper work. That'll be very, very interesting, seeing that everyone else is on a two stopper. Oh, Dinosaur and Arya get side by side through turn 15, almost clipping each other as they make their way out through the exit. They go side by side down the front straight, crossing the start finish line nose to nose. Dinosaur trying to prevent Arya from taking that in, or getting as much space as possible on the outside, squeezing Arya onto the inside, but Arya makes it stick, and Dinosaur doesn't have the grip to fight back. And Kip Dunkel's on racing softs. Look at that. Maybe Kip changed up the strategy after that initial collision with Smokey. So Kip Dunkel on a set of racing softs. So I don't remember if ads started with, I think ads started with the hards. So ads will be doing a hard, maybe potentially soft compound tire stint. SoulShock VR on an opposite strategy. SoulShock started with the mediums and now is on the hards. Oh, and Dinosaur too. So Dinosaur, wow, Dinosaur's still on hards. Maybe Dinosaur ended up pitting for new tires when he went to go fix that damage. And they go side by side into turn 5. Dinosaur definitely doesn't have any of the tires to compete right now. Him and Kip Dunkel, they're both tires, both that front left completely completely depleted. As I just noticed his hashtag free Luigi sticker on the bumper of his Viper. Talk about a crazy situation, by the way. I don't want to get into like any sort of politics or anything, but like the news cycle around free Luigi is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like it in my life. But I think anyone who's following the situation can agree that mega insurance, health insurance corporations in the United States are completely messed up, and it's tough to say whether or not the murder is justified, but No free loogie. No. Oh no, Soulshock VR gets spun out, loses control of the car, does a donut and is trying to get back on track, but is losing an insane amount of time. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Let's catch and see what happened there, if it was maybe an incident or just... Oh, they just lose the back end going into turn 10. Very easy to do. Oh no. All right, so Kip is in the pits. Dinosaur's in the pits as well. And Kip puts on another set of... Oh no, we don't know if it's actually another set of racing softs. We won't know until Kip leaves the pit lane. Let's catch up with our leaders. KG now is in second place with a new set of racing hard tires and half a tank of fuel. And only 7.5 seconds behind Arya. With 8 laps to go, Arya on a set of mediums that will likely take them to the end of the race. And Nick and KG as well. So this 7 seconds are for the net lead. KG will have to make that pace up on track and make the pass on track as well. Nixon slightly further behind on racing mediums, so Nixon will be looking to catch up as much as possible as well. Although judging by pace, I think Nixon has been slightly slower than KG. KG right now has the fastest lap with a 2:06, but we'll see as it plays out towards the last few laps, because as KG burns through his tires, Nixon might pick up an advantage towards the end of the race. Same thing with Arya as well. Arya has a little bit more tire degradation relative to KG and Nixon, so Arya might find themselves in trouble around lap 26 and 27. They'll have to conserve their tires extremely well while defending against KG this entire time. So maybe Arya and KG fighting might bring Nixon back into the battle. So ads as well. I think ads will be running to the end of the race. Lamb King still needs to make a pit stop as he struggles over the chicane. Hopefully he doesn't pick up a penalty there. I think he slowed down enough that he won't pick it up. Yeah, I think Lamb King is good. And then Dinosaur too, looking pretty solid. So if Lamb King pits, Dinosaur will find himself in the top 5. But he's going to have to fight with Soulshock VR, who's not too far behind, about 3 seconds. Soulshock, though, with a harder compound of tire and I think less fuel. Yeah, a little bit less fuel, but nothing too insanely different. But that harder compound tire is going to make it more difficult for Soulshock VR to come through and battle against Dinosaur for the top 5 position. Cecil Turtle and Kip Dunkel currently sitting in 8th and 9th place. Rough start to this race for them, but a decent recovery drive by them. Finishing in the, not finishing yet, but looking to make a finish in the top 10. We got Smokey right now attacking Motsky, coming through turns 5 and 6. Both looking pretty good to the end. Orwick as well. So it looks like just about everyone's made their pit stop. And there we go. Dinosaur takes the inside on Lamb King at turn 10. Lamb King not able to fight back on those used mediums. Will likely make his pit stop at the end of this lap, lap 20. We're we'll see where Lamb King falls in the order once he gets back out. He does have to refuel a significant portion of the car's fuel, maybe about a quarter of a tank left, I think. That's about a couple seconds. Yeah, I think Arya might have to pit for another, not another set of fuel, but for more fuel. It's not looking good for Arya's right now. Arya's fuel consumption. But they're putting in the pace. They're extending the lead from KG, but at what cost will it be? Are they going to have to make another pit stop due to the extra gas they're burning? Most likely so. It's unfortunate. If they had more fuel, they'd definitely be able to take it to the end. So the field now quite spread out a bit. Nixon with a comfortable lead over Ads. Ads with a comfortable lead over Dinosaur. Dinosaur with an 8-second lead over Kip Dunkel. He's currently being attacked by Soulshock VR. So Soulshock VR, no, it's likely the other way around. So it's likely that Soulshock VR got passed by Kip Dunkel. Here we go. So Kip Dunkel finds his way around Soulshock VR down through that long back straight known as the Advent Bogan, turn 12, and makes the pass stick going into the chicane. So great pass there by Kip. So Kip's teammate Cecil will be looking to do the same thing. Although Cecil Turtle's tires look significantly more worn out than Kip's, so I think it might be a more even battle between Cecil and Soulshock as they approach the final laps of this race. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Arya's going to have to make another pit stop. They won't be able to last another 5 laps out there with that much fuel. That's just, that's not going to work. But they will be able to put on some softs and just crank out some laps. So Arya might be able to take the fast lap and then, catapult them their way back up to the final points, maybe even the top 5. We'll see. So it seems 15 seconds separates Nixon from Arya, so 15 seconds is certainly not enough time to make a pit stop and come out ahead. But if Arya can pace significantly faster for these next 5 laps now, it would have to be at least a couple seconds per lap in order to make that up. So I think it'll be a tall order for Arya to come back into the top 3, but I think Arya might be fighting that, or maybe the top 3 actually. We'll see. So if Arya pits, Ads is going to be in the top 3, but currently as it stands, Ads is 42 seconds behind Arya, who's in the lead right now. And I think the pit delta is somewhere between 25 seconds to 30, considering the amount of fuel that Arya has to take in their pit stop. So Arya will come out with softs. And will likely be ahead of Ads even coming out of the pits. Cecil's gotten around Soulshock VR, who picks up a half a second penalty. Soulshock VR kind of losing their groove a little bit as they fall back down the order, losing a position to Kip Dunkel and then Cecil Turtle earlier. And Smokey somehow has crawled up to 7th place. There we go, Arya into the pits, falls into 3rd place. I think they'll have plenty of time to get ahead, get out of the pits ahead of Ads. Yep, Ads is not even making his way around the end of the track. And Arya's already at the pit exit lane. So all good for Arya with this racing softs. Looking pretty solid for a podium. We'll have 4 laps, actually, to make that 12-second gap to Nixon, which I don't know if that's possible. I don't know what the soft pace is for racing softs. I think I should have paid more attention to qualifying to figure that out. So Nixon there, it's going to be close. Nixon can't afford to mess up, like you said, Silva. Keep the pressure on. I think maybe towards the closing laps it might even get closer, since it's significantly your times skyrocket as your tires get extremely worn down. So just in the first lap, Arya brings down the gap to 9.7 seconds. That's almost 3 seconds clear. So it's gonna be a battle to the end. Oh no, so Ads had to make another pit stop. Dang, okay. So Ads is jumping onto the soft. Wait, what's going on here? For whatever reason, Ads had to jump into the pits as well, so Ads comes out on the racing soft tire. Oh man, it's an interesting strategical decision there. I don't know if I agree with that, but Ads will have to make the pass on Smokey and on Kip Dunkel and Dinosaur to get back to where he was earlier. He's got 3 laps to do it. And that's about like a 14-second gap. So if he can find the pace And if Kip, Dinosaur, and Smokey wear their tires down enough, Ads might be able to make it back up into 3rd place. We'll see. Sorry, 4th place. All right, so the gap comes down even further. It's almost 6.5 seconds. So we are seeing that 3 second per lap prediction. So with 2 laps to go, I think it's going to be, oh man, it's going to come right down to the wire. I think Nixon's going to end up slowing down because his tires are going to get more worn out. Arya is going to keep the pace up. Yeah, we'll see if Ads made an interesting strategical decision, and we'll see if it pays off. But it seems like Arya's decision might actually pay off. So that was really interesting strategic call there. It won't help with the win, but it'll definitely help take 2nd place. KG right now, let's take a look at KG. KG is running on fumes, still on the hard tire, but has 8 seconds clear of Nixon, so I don't think he'll be in trouble here. Oh, and you can see Arya just in the background behind Nixon as he goes down into the hairpin. Turn S, or the turn 7, up towards the Schumacher S's. Or the Schumacher S, I should say. So Ads does get around Smokey, it looks like around turn 1, but goes wide in the Mercedes arena. I think turn 3. So he was already ahead into turn 1, okay. And Arya has plenty of racing softs left. And that gap has come down to 3 seconds. Oh my god, okay, this is gonna be insane. Yeah, Arya's gonna have to make the pass on track, so Nixon actually might be okay because Arya might not have enough time on track to do it, or might not have enough track to do it. But look at those tires. Nixon's tires are getting really bad. And so as they go on, oh man, okay, this is gonna be super close. Although Arya's tires are also getting more worn out as they go on. Arya goes deep into turn 1, makes a slight mistake. Let's take a look at where Ads is in relation to Kip Dunkel. So Ads not able to make up much time on Kip Dunkel. Kip Dunkel doing a pretty good job. That gap's still closing. Nixon now feeling the pressure. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so close. Oh, Nixon goes deep. He goes deep into turn 7 and loses a ton of time now. It's less than a second between Arya and Nixon going up the Schumacher S. And I don't know if Arya's going to have enough track to make this pass happen. Oh, they're so close now. And you can see KG just up ahead, hitting the chicane for the last time. We'll see if this... Arya goes deep. They go break side by side into the chicane. Arya goes... Oh no, I don't think it's enough time or space to make the pass happen, but we'll join up with KG, who crosses the left line in first place. And then here's Nixon and Arya coming out of the last corner, almost side by side. And Nixon's able to hold off Arya to take that second place. Oh my goodness, what a finish. Nixon with the last second defense against Arya. That was down to the wire. That was an extremely difficult pass to make happen before the end of the race. Arya almost did it. Apologies to KG there, finishing in first place. He barely got any coverage because of the battle going on between Arya and Nixon. But huge finish to KG. Again, KG in every race he's raced so far has had solid results. So scoring big points for Penalty Hunters, Oracle Racing. Dinosaur comes home in 4th place. Kip Dunkel with a good recovery drive for Team.com, finishing in 5th place after being spun around by Smokey earlier in the session. Smokey coming home in 7th place for Maelstrom Motorsports. And Cecil Turtle also had a tough race at the start. Might have some trouble here going across the line. Nope, doesn't have trouble at all. Finishes in 8th. Mosky in 9th place. Racer X and Soulshock VR, they're having a little bit of a battle going into turn 15. And Soulshock VR gets the jump on Racer X, makes the pass on the last turn. And heartbreak for Racer X there to finish out just outside of the top 10. Loses that 10th place finish in the last second. We got C. Orwick coming home in 12th place. And then Lamb King finishing in 13th. And we got Rogue Nipra in 14th right now, finishing a lap down from our leaders. So, an epic race. Super solid race from everyone. Some good clean driving, some good sportsmanship. So let's review the results just one more time real quick. So KG wins 1st place, Nixon in 2nd, Arya with that final podium position, but picks up the fastest lap with a 2:04.977. Dinosaur in 4th place, solid finish by Dinosaur. He's been pretty consistent in the top 4, top 3 in the last couple of rounds. So Dinosaur scoring mega points for Rexy Racing. Kip Dunkel, good recovery drive again in 5th place, as in 6th. Smokey in 7th. Cecil Turtle in 8th. Mosky in 9th. Soulshock VR in 10th place. We got Racer X in 11th. C. Orwick in 12th. Lamb King in 13th. And Rogue Nipra in 14th. I think we lost someone. Did we lose someone? That was weird. It said Rogue was 13th when he finished. What am I missing here? I don't know. Maybe that was a weird bug thing on the UI in the race. That was weird. So, looks like Team.com did a good job in defending their overall race results, but will actually contend with Bahamut Racing or Bahamut Venom for the team championship for Division 2. We'll see the results after this week's round, but let me save this replay real quick. And with that, we have our Division 2 for round 5 concluded. We'll be kicking up Division 1 in about, I think, a couple minutes to start our sprint race. So please hang tight, and we'll be right back.